Hello, everybody. I am Sun Psychic Jean, and please welcome Mark, the Spirit Whisperer. Hi, Mark. How are you?
Hi, Gene. Hi, everybody. How's everybody doing? Hugs and kisses.
Yep, it's nice to see you. Happy Saturday.
Yep.
It is Saturday, the 11th of October, and it is cool and blustery around my way, and the leaves are changing so fast this year.
I have a tree out my window that hasn't started changing yet. So I'm like, oh, come on, come on. Because it has all beautiful colors, but it hasn't started yet. But it's cool here today, too. So we've only had 2 cool days, and usually you need the cool days to start the changing. Uh,
Yes.
so it was cool yesterday, and it's cool today, and it's been dropping in the 40s at night. So I love it.
Wow.
Feels like fall, and I love it.
Yes. Mark, would you mind if I showed everybody about I forgot to pull this up and I wanted to mention it to you.
Wow.
Um, let's go ahead and do this. And I wanted to tell everybody, this is my website. When you go to my website, right here, you'll see the events page. I know it's tiny, but you see my little cursor moving here. Right here, it says events. When you go to the events page, you'll see that tomorrow afternoon, I have ghost stories on Sunday, October 12th. And look at these two little puppies. Are they not the cutest? They're two little puppies and their little ghosts. And somebody dressed them up, and you can just click here to register here, or you can click anywhere on this bar and it'll show you a little bit about it's a $5. If you are a member with my channel, it is included in your membership. All the members come at no charge, no extra charge. And the it tells you a little bit about the ghosts. It's approximately 90 minutes and can go to the 2 hour mark. But I just wanted to show everybody because I am going to be sharing my ghost story. That's how I awakened. That was one of the catalysts in my life. I saw a ghost in my own house, and it broke me wide open. I thought I was having a nervous breakdown. I'm going to tell you about my ghost story. I have pictures of ghosts. I have a film of somebody caught a ghost, an apparition on film that you can see the man materialize and then dematerialize. It's really unbelievable. I have pictures and different things that I'm going to show everybody. It's going to be a lot of fun. You get to learn about, or you get to meet other people. And if you're interested, please go on over to my website, click on that. And if you want to bring a friend, I would love for you to bring a friend as well. Because as soon as you click on that and you pay the $5, you get an email with the link automatically. And I love that because I used to go out and send like 30 emails to everybody with the link. So I finally figured out how to do it so that you get the link automatically. The moment you sign up for it, you get the link. All members, I'll put the link in the members only posts. So if you're a member, you can find it there. But it's just going to be a lot of fun. I'm looking forward to seeing everybody. Hmm. And Mark, you can come too if you want.
That sounds fun.
Hmm. Do you like ghost stories?
I do. I like all the woo woo stuff.
Halloween.
I've been
Hmm.
all that. Yeah, I'm already wearing some Halloween shirts because it goes so quick.
Ooh, well, let me do this. Oh, look at that. That is so cool. Bats and witches and pumpkins and
Bigfoot.
what would you Bigfoot.
Yeah, he's
Hmm.
going trick or treating. It's fun.
All of them together in one.
It's already the 11th. The time is it just goes like a rocket ship.
It certainly does. It
Just
certainly
like
does.
yesterday was my birthday, and it's already been like
Yesterday was your
no, no,
birthday?
mine's on October 1st. It was 10 days ago, but it feels like it was just yesterday, and it's like
Uh-huh.
it's already.
Uh-huh. Oh, happy birthday.
Thank you. We're not. We don't want to go into any detail.
Mm-hmm. So we're doing general questions today. So nice to see you. Oh, thank you. Eagle Scout says they just subscribed. Looking forward to hearing your story. Oh, very nice. Everybody is here. I see Nancy, and she says, I scattered ashes of four cats I'd had over the years. Now that they are returned to the earth, do they have a message for me? I spread ashes in a pretty place by the water where I can go visit them. Yeah, Nancy, that is for you. They have no preference what happens to their remains. What it is, it's for us. It's for us to, connect to them and relate to them. But what can you give us one of the names or two of the names? Can you give us the name of your cat, Nancy? Because since you had four, I want to maybe tune into that a little bit more. Yeah. Hi,
Lo-
Quantum Shiva.
Loads of questions.
And Rossi is here. And Rossi says, may I have a message from my grandmother, Ophelia? What a pretty name.
Yeah.
Ophelia.
Are we answering that question?
Yeah, let's do that and then we'll come back to Nancy.
Okay.
Let's go with Rossi. Rossi first, and then Nancy, I see you have their name. Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you, Thank you, Nancy.
Well, Dap.
Oh, I'm sorry, Mark. Were you already in that?
No,
Okay.
I didn't know what you never said we were reading anything, so I wasn't doing
Yeah, we're going to start here with Rossi.
Yep.
Ophelia.
Message from my grandma.
So, she's like in the cat, Rossi. I'm not sure if Ophelia was a little bit spiritual or a little bit mystical, and or she could also have been very religious, which a lot of the spiritual when we had strong intuitions, when we had these things, we some at some point in history we related that to our religion. So she could have been very religious as well. But she did have good instincts, good intuition, and I think she actually dabbled. I don't know if she dabbled. But she's telling me she's telling me that she lived during the golden years. There was a it's about perspective she wants to share with you. She said there was so much beautiful change and um, big strides that have that occurred in her life, that she was very lucky to live during those times, but there was also a lot of heartache, a lot of tragedy, and a lot of um, adversity. And she's saying both of these things helped her to grow, helped her to expand and to learn. And she's saying that it's take what life has to offer you and learn from it. That this is a opportunity. She's saying it's like a gift to learn from all of the good, the bad, and the ugly. Um, but she's saying that you are who you are and you always will be. And she's saying that she still is who she is on the other side. I don't know if you've been in contact with her before, but I do feel as though she does want to connect with you. I do. I don't think that she lived in a very ripe old age, but she lived a full, long life. Um, but I don't know if you got to know her as an adult. Um, and it was a little different. But she's also telling me that, is this your mom's mom? Because she's telling me that she lived with you guys for a little while. Um, and she just wants to thank you for that. I think that you may have been younger and maybe helped her, but she was a very, very wise woman. Oh, she was religious and had Native American background. She came from a comfortable farming life, and she passed at 98. I think she's been trying to connect. Well, that's a ripe old age because I thought she seemed younger. I think she thought she would live longer. Yes, it's her mom's mom, and she lived with us. Okay. All right. Sorry, Mark, I left you in
Nope,
the
nope, that's fine.
okay.
Well, I was getting some of the same stuff that Jean's getting. Number one, she's talking about the house that you're in. So I don't know. Are you still in the same house you were in when she was there? Because she talks about it was your all's house, or it's where she lived too. She also says she's been visiting the house and that your intuition is right, that it's her. Um, so go ahead and accept it and embrace that. It is her. So this is funny because I got the house and, I knew she'd been visiting the house, but then she also told me it's a house I know and that we lived in and all that kind of thing. So I was beginning to think, oh, was it your house and you left it? But no, she moved into the house, your mom's house, like that. But then she has the cow word upside down. She says, don't be afraid. It's just me visiting in the house. So I was like, her spirit is coming. So you got the cow word upside down, don't be a chicken. It's just me. I'm just teasing. And then the sun. So she wants you to be clear that that's the energy you're sensing. She's also talking a little bit like what Jean was saying about right now is a interesting time on the earth, and that there's a gift to be received. But right now you might feel a little in a pause mode or a little hesitant to move forward, kind of wildly, like it might feel better just to be at home or something for a little bit. So she says that's natural, to not feel like going out, doing that. You might want to be more within, and kind of connecting to your spirit at this time. And that's sort of where your attention is best served. So here's one more. So here's the Ace of Wands. Now, Ace of Wands to me, the wands are the spirit body. So it's spirit reaching out to you to work with you. So you get the Three of Coins. It wants to work. Yeah.
She says, yes, I know I have a gift to use, but I don't know the direction. I'm a homebody.
Yeah.
That's fine.
She gets that, like, because I got the upside down chariot, not moving out and about very much, but also moon. So focusing in the hidden truths, focusing in on the inner truth, that which is hidden from many, but it's what you're tapping into. So during this time, work to strengthen that relationship for yourself and then in turn for others. But she's just saying you're doing what you're supposed to be doing. She also wants to send you a little bit of love. She would say that you are her star, and she focuses on you like she always thought of you as like a star, whatever that means to you, and standing out, a little bright light. And I feel like she talked to you like that when you were little too, and was like a grandma that was very loving and nurturing, that kind of thing. All right.
Beautiful. Thank you so much. And look, Simply Positive Me says, Mark looks so handsome. I love it. You are. He's a handsome guy, that's for sure.
I'm so old. I got a little flippity flop going on today.
It's dippity do.
It went crazy. And I couldn't get it to unflip. So I went, okay. it's naturally wavy, so if I do it'll go whoa, all crazy, Okay.
Yeah. Um,
So now we're looking at those kitty cats or
yeah, we are. I'm just trying to find it here. Dapper, the tuxedo kitty, is who she wanted. She chose to connect with. Thank you, Simply Positive Me. That's sweet. Pompadour. That's right, Rossi. Pompadour is what they call it.
yeah.
We did get Mark to blush. Eagle Scout called it. I'm blushing for him.
You guys.
All right, Dapper the tuxedo kitty. Oh,
Oh, you guys wrote a whole bunch and I missed all of it. Let me just get down to the bottom. Okay.
so it feels like he's like the king of the herd or something, the king of the jungle. I don't know if he had like this really regal and uh, commander type energy. I feel like he wants you to know that your souls were destined to meet in this world. I feel like you knew his soul before he came into your life. And I feel as though they're all together. I feel as though they're all together. They just want you to know that they love and cherish you, and they know that you did the absolute best for them. Do you have a dog? Does somebody have a golden retriever? This golden retriever keeps coming in. Nancy, I don't know if you have a dog or if somebody else has a golden retriever, but they are coming in. They want to talk to you. And I'm keep trying to either that or Dapper may have come in reincarnated as a golden retriever, because I keep seeing this golden retriever in my mind's eye when I'm trying to connect to Dapper. I feel like he did live a long life. He's just saying he loved every moment, and he wants you to know that to live in the moment, that if they taught you anything, is that each moment of each day is so very precious, so very important. It's important for us to acknowledge and absorb and engage with each moment of each day, and try not to live too far in the future, or live too far in the past. That it's important to acknowledge and be present in our lives. And this is what they wanted to teach you, and this is what they want you to teach you now, that even though they have crossed over, we always no, they're telling me on the other side there is no time, so you have to live in the moment, is what they're saying. He's saying. How about you, Mark?
Nancy. Okay. First of all, they like that you did that, scattering their ashes, because your thought was all on. So they were aware of you doing it, right? And again, it was for you. But he said it was a great step because it was really about moving forward. Loving them, but starting anew, kind of. So my question that I need to ask you is, what's the kitty cat situation now at your house? Okay. Do you have cats now, or a cat? If you can
He
answer.
said maybe there's a golden retriever at the park where they're scattered. I don't think so. I think it might be somebody else's.
Yeah, it might be somebody else here that we're.
Yeah.
But
they can reincarnate as a dog, right, Mark?
Yeah, Dottie. Yeah, I knew I'd read for you before. Yeah, they can reincarnate. So that's what we're kind of talking about. So I don't remember what we, I do too many readings in a row, especially online, that I can't remember one from the other, me, Mark. So I don't remember what we said about Dottie. But today we're talking about this. We are talking about reincarnation. So I don't know if we're talking about Dottie or if there's another one coming. I don't know what your situation is or anything like that. But when I get this, so it's like we want to start brand new, all over again. So it's like spreading those ashes, and now we can start anew. So it feels like one of those that was in the ashes, probably the little dapper. The next card I get is that manifestation card, thought into form. So that's that idea, the little spirit imagining I can come back. I'm contemplating this idea of returning. So that's why I almost feel like it's not Dottie. So here I am up in the air, a conundrum. I'm wondering, how do I get down there? That's my little thought about it. How would I get on there? I got my eyes on the prize, which is returning back to the earth. I might have a little surprise in store. Hello, boo, hi, I'm back. That kind of a thing. This kitty cat that's talking, and I'm about to start something. I'm ready to do it. So it's sort of like giving you a heads up. This little kitty cat, though, of the 4, is the one that was spoiled and knew it. Like, had like a little attitude of, I'm the greatest cat since, white bread or something. Like, was very, very little prissy pot and very full of himself. That's the one. So if that was Dapper, then that's the one. But that's what I'm hearing, Nancy. So, there's a possibility maybe it's Dottie, but I don't feel like it. It feels like it's a second one. And you might be saying, well, Mark, I don't want a second cat. And I get that. But that's kind of what I'm feeling. And it's interesting because it's like that ritual you did kind of helped put that into motion a little bit. He's like, you released us and now I can start anew. I don't know. It's sort of related to that ritual you did. All right.
Wonderful. I love that, Nancy. Thank you so much. And that was such a sweet question. I really appreciate you asking. And I am going to go to Lori Christine, but I want to also enter what Terry Mullins added. Lori Christine wants to know, I need to manifest a new car. Will I be receiving a new car in the near future? And dear sweet Terry Mullins said, Lori Christine, to manifest the car, remember to thank Source for your new car now and have faith that the car opportunity will appear. That is so wise, Terry. Thank you so much. This is exactly what is important for manifestation. But we will still read on it. So thank you very much, Terry. That was very wise and very much appreciated. That assist. But I'm going to use my pendulum here, Lori, and we're going to answer your question. And new to you is what I'm saying, right? Will Lori be driving a reliable, a different car that's reliable and is in fine shape, is in wonderful, good working order. Okay, it is in your future. And will Lori be driving this new car by December 31st of 2025? Will Lori be driving this car, this reliable, wonderful, beautiful car by November 30th of 2025? I thought I would trick it, but it's saying no. Will Lori be driving this wonderful, beautiful new car? Or yeah, I don't want to say new because that's really specific, but reliable, beautiful car. Will she be driving this by January 15th, around there? Will she be driving this wonderful, beautiful new car, or reliable, beautiful car by February 1st of 2026? I'm getting a really strong yes. So it might not manifest right away, but look at how fast this is swinging. I mean, by February 1st, you are in like Flint. I mean, it is. I haven't seen this thing swing this hard in a long time. So there is a definite yes. It is worth waiting for. And I just hope that you are able to persevere in the meantime. What say you, Mark?
Hi, Lori. Yep, I think there's a car. I do get new to you, maybe as opposed to brand new, because sometimes that could just be mountainous payment, or it's not. It doesn't really suit. It's like, and plus you can get just as great a car that serves you and everything that isn't brand new off the thing. So I kind of hear new to you, but here's the big message. Now, if you watch my channel, you've heard me say this before, but I'm going to tell you once again. This is also an opportunity, if you haven't already, to work with spirit to manifest what you want. So it's an opportunity to play that little manifestation game with spirit. Now, on my channel, I say, oh, this is the perfect opportunity to set up an appointment with the creator or God, whatever word you like. I use the word God because that suits me. And it's just in your imagination. Close your eyes. You take a few minutes. That's what you're going to do. It's my appointment with the creator, and the appointment regards vehicle that I need. And you come forward, I need a new car or vehicle that serves me, and everyone's the highest good. And so I would like that. And I would love for you to help guide me to the one that suits me best to my highest good. And would you be willing to help out? I can tell you already, it'll say yes, because it won't deny you. And then it'll step in to guide and assist you. And that would be maybe all of a sudden, out of the blue, somebody tells you, my cousin is trying to get their car sold, and it's a really good car, some kind of a thing out of the blue. Something like that will come in. So I'm just this is the opportunity to join hands with spirit. Here we got that Ace of Wands again. And then we also got the Two of Wands. So I'm working with spirit hand in hand. We're on this journey together, and it'll just speed things up for you. That's my opinion. And you're not on your own. You're working with the spirit energy, the unseen world, to assist you, because that's what spirit's here for. It's to help us not only spiritually, but also practically on the earth. Help us have what we need: food, water, transportation, home, that kind of thing. All right, that's what I hear. So use it as an opportunity, even as a little practice, or I'm just going to, experiment with this and just see if it makes any difference at all or not. It'd be a great time to do that.
Calling on a couple people. Please say hello if your name is called. And I'm looking for Sonia. Just that's the only name on there. And then Karen Rosenvinge and Daniel Charles. Just please say hello. And it's hard to. Oh, nice. Very nice. I see you. Daniel is here. Thank you very much. So we'll start with Daniel, and we'll see if the other two say hello. And let me just say, Christine had a follow-up. She said, Source, I am grateful for the money to repair my current car. I am manifesting $1,200 to fix the transmission fluid leak in my current car. Or that my current car is in perfect running order. And sometimes you don't always have to figure out the money. You just have to ask for what you want and then let the universe figure out how that happens and believe in miracles.
Yep.
And my current car that I'm driving has absolutely no problem, and I love driving it. And it's the most beautiful car. That's what you want to manifest. Does that make sense? Is that what you just said, Mark?
Yes. And if you start doubting that, that's when you go, no, 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 no. Doubting doesn't help my manifestation. That we're not going to do that. That you have to tell your little brain that wants to say, this is fantasy thinking, or you can't have what baloney.
Perfect, Lori. Thank you for my current car being in perfect working order.
There you go.
Put a little gratitude in that, and you're in like Flynn. That's really good. And sometimes it takes, we're not used to talking to ourselves like that. Very good. Good job, Christine. So thank you, Karen. I do see you. And Daniel's first, then Sonia, then Karen. Okay. So Daniel says, how's my move to Seattle? May 2027 looking. I think it might be sooner than that. I don't think you can wait that long. I think it's a really good, I'm feeling, because I wanted to answer this because I was feeling a very positive vibe, but I think you're going to be going towards the end of 2026. I don't see you waiting until 2027. Let me just check with my pendulum, because it's, so will Daniel Charles, will he move to Seattle? This is just like an overall yes or no. And this is yes, definitely. So will Daniel move to Seattle by June 1st of 2026? No. Will Daniel move to Seattle by September 1st of 2026? And that's a little bit of a yes. Will Daniel move to Seattle by October 1st of 2026? And I do get a lot more positive. I do think it's towards the last end of 20. Look, it's good. It's good. It's not as good as what's her name's car, but it was good. Will Daniel wait till 2027 to move to Seattle? And you see how it said no, you're not going to wait till 2027. So I don't know what that means, but that's what I have. How about you, Mark? That was fun.
Well, I think you would be able to, like you would have the resources and the things like that to do it. But I get you might change your mind and decide not to go to Seattle for some reason. Wouldn't be because you couldn't, but because you decide different or something like that. It's like, focusing on that, wishing for that, thinking that's the best, but somehow something changes between now and 2027 and you change your mind. That's what I get, but we'll see. Now, that doesn't mean you might not be moving, because I still kind of get that energy, but you might move. I don't know. There may be a different motivation or something. Here's that Knight of Wands. So ready to move forward, but your spirit's kind of calling to you because you got that wand. But it might encourage you to change direction. That's what I'm getting. It's, things can change because that's kind of far in the future, but that's what I'm hearing. I feel like you'd be able to, like as far as being able to afford it and things like that. Yeah. But you might change your mind. That's what I'm hearing.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, Mark. I appreciate that. And Thank you, Daniel. All the best to you. Next is Sonia. After Sonia is Karen Rosenvinde. Sonia, I love your icon. She says, what psychic abilities do I have and what can I do to sharpen them? Well, practice, 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 practice. I see that you are filled with color there. And the color tells me that you have an amazing imagination, creativity. And this is the side where the intuition and the messages from your spirit guides come in through your imagination, through your creative side of the brain. Also, that your color and you can visualize your third eye and is very strong, as well as your knowing, your claircognizance. I think that you just know some things. You don't know why you know or how you know. You just know you know, and that's that claircognizance. Sometimes you do doubt yourself or second guess yourself, and then you say, "Oh, I knew I should have done that." That is claircognizance. But your clairvoyance, I'm not sure if you dream, but this creativity, this color is also is telling me that you are psychically inclined, very intuitive, very creative, and all of these things are utilized when we connect to our spirit guides, angels, and ancestors. Um, the more that you can be creative in that color spectrum, whether you knit or arrange flowers or cook a beautiful meal or garden or paint or even color, anything that you can work on in using color and your hands and being creative, allowing that space to just open up and allow what comes through, that will also sharpen and engage the spirit realm or the higher vibrational information. Um, I see that you are psychic already. Um, in what direction that moves you in, whether it's mediumship or I see you with healing as well. I see you moving into a little bit of healing, more like a Reiki or energy healing kind of a. It could also be sound. You have the world is your oyster, Sonia. You do have a lot of opportunity there. She says, I'm practicing every day to visualize images and colors better. I'm a very creative person and try every day to do something creative. That is wonderful. How about you, Mark?
Yeah. Well, of course, we have all the inner six senses. We all have them because it's a part of the body. It's part of us. But we tend to resonate in the beginning more with one or two than the others. And then sometimes, then all of a sudden, the others tend to develop a little better, you know. But I get sort of the same thing Jean got, that number one, you have a really strong gut instinct. You just kind of know, you know, it's like a knowing. And so they give me that with this nice orange card. So that's like in the gut, in the solar plexus. You just know. And then also the third eye. So visual, there's the purple. You can receive visually, you know, clairvoyant. They want you to keep practicing. So in order to get that purple one, I also get the clear circle. It says clear, and it's like you can see with that third eye, that circly third eye there. So they want you to practice a little more because you're in that thing of, wait, was that spirit or was that me? Or, you know, you don't quite know what to believe, but that comes with more practicing. What else? Going to say something? Oh, he's saying clairvoyance or seeing. He goes, sometimes it comes through like it feels like, you know, the way you draw pictures in your imagination, or it comes through and you can sort of visualize with your, it's like that sometimes. It's not always like, oh, there's Jesus walking down the street, or, it's not like a big old, it could be, I'm not saying it isn't all, because anything's possible, but it also can come through like imagining something in a visual form that you don't normally think about. It's like, oh, that's interesting. Like Gene was talking about energy. Like you might see energy moving in your mind's eye. So it's in your mind's eye. So sometimes it's a little confusing, like, wait, because we think I'm not just imagining it, but it comes through that same portal. So it can feel like that sometimes. So you have to practice so you can discern the difference a little bit. Like when I talk about clairaudience, it's like hearing and it's not at the same time. It's like hearing, but it's also like me thinking. But it's not really me thinking, but it sounds like that in my head. So it can be hard to describe. So they want you to keep on practicing, because you'll get clearer and clearer and clearer. They like what you're doing. They want you just to keep on going, doing what you're doing. So there's the green light. It says, yeah, don't stop what you're doing. You're doing good. And they like that you're working with the third eye and the visualization, because that's open to you. And also, they just tell you to trust your instincts and trust your gut. Like you know what energy suits you and what doesn't. Like you can just walk up and you can tell if it's a dark energy or if it's a light energy, if it's good for you and everyone or if it's not. They tell you already know that. All right.
Thank you very much. Sonia, you're well on your way. And the only other thing that I wanted to add to that is it's important for us to do our own work and to reach our own spiritual essence and vibration within our own selves before and trust our own instincts, our own messages. And that comes with being still, being quiet, meditating or listening to a guided meditation. It comes through us. It's not outside of you. It is outside of you, but it's through us. And then we're always a part of it. So we need to get our affairs in order and our vibration and frequency balanced as well. So it was a really good question. I think a lot of people really needed to hear that. And a lot of people wonder this, they don't know. And it's a huge, huge subject. And Mark and I could probably do a show on it just by itself.
It's always a little different with each person, because I really think spirit will adjust it to you. It's like it's a back and forth. So it learns how you can receive and, like that. I have that experience where the more I play and, discern, it gets easier and easier, because spirit figures out how best to communicate with me and how best I'm going to be able to pick, if that makes any sense. So it's sort of like, what is the word? It's they refine it for you. So yeah, clairvoyance is clairvoyance, but they'll refine it a little bit for each person. You get to co-create it in a way with spirit for you. Yep. So it has you in it.
Yep. It's a really good question, Sonia. Thank you very much for being here, for asking, for having that beautiful butterfly. I just loved it. And I thought thank you. I think it's really important for a lot of us to hear that. So Karen is next. Karen Rosenvind. And she said, so interesting. Things are happening to me. Am I being trained to be clairvoyant by my spirit guides, or what the heck is going on? Wow. What, Mark? Oh, okay. I thought do you have something right away?
No, I just thinking, well, that's because, the veil's being lifted. And, more and more of you guys out there, and me included, are going to be having more and more of that kind of experience, because it's opening up. What's inside's coming to the outside. So that moon energy is being illuminated. And so that's why it's happening, I'm going to say. What do you think?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, Karen, this is a really important question. There's a lot of people that have been coming to me and saying, Jean, I have dreams and they're coming true. Why is that happening? Why is that just starting? What's different now? Things seem to be different. I can see things, I can feel things. People are changing frequency and vibration. It's an energy sort of fluctuation, and it's happening on Earth as well as in humanity. And this is a time in history that we're all here in this incarnation to go through this transition. And this transition is a little bit of a heightened awareness. You know that veil that we come in, or the veil of forgetfulness, like we're on the other side, and we plan to incarnate here on earth, and we plan our life, and when we arrive here on earth, we don't know that we're a spirit. We only think that we're human. Like, we forget everything that happened on the other side, and that was by design, so that we would be able to evolve and learn our way. Well, in this point in time in history, from what I've learned, is that that's going to be shifting. We're going to have a little bit more access to our spiritual side, our spiritual guidance, our spiritual vibration. You see that some people talk about it all the time. Some people already are aware of that they are a soul in a human body having a human experience, and we're here for evolution. And we're walking in balance with both of these things. So this is what some people call awakening and awareness. Um, you know, shifting. Um, um, Not really realities, but it's like you change perspectives. Like, oh, I didn't think of it like that. That makes perfect sense. And now everything changes for you. Like, you're no longer, that illusion is no longer sort of um, capturing your attention, and you're no longer sort of swayed by the illusions um, of the world that is what is the word I'm looking for there? Wait one second. That's conditioning, all of the conditioning that we've gone through all of our lives. And, when we're sitting in a classroom and the teacher says, what's the capital of so and so? And we go like this and we try and think of the capital, and the teacher smacks your hand and says, don't look at the ceiling. The answer's not on the ceiling. You have to look straight. So where we were corrected. But honestly, yeah, that's where we get our information. That we should have been looking up all the time. That's where we get our information. That's natural. That's a way for us. And through our lives, we were conditioned not to do the natural things, the innate things, so that when we can unlearn that, which we were sort of conditioned to all be the same, conditioned to all want the same thing, conditioned to all go after the same professions, these things are no longer valid in this sort of energy that we're in. So that is a lot of information. I'm just going to stop there, and I want to know what Mark says.
Yeah. Well, on some level, humanity has decided to break free of all the false energy. They want to know the truth, the truth, the truth, the truth. And that's happening all over the place. You see it. We've been watching it all year and everything. And it's time for the truth to come to the surface in all different, every way, And that also says we don't want this veil of forgetfulness. Really, even since the time of Jesus, there was this concerted effort to block the information from humans. Like, don't let them know that they have the power within them, that they don't need somebody else to, for example, talk to source for them. You have your own line, your own telephone line right in. You don't need the priest to do it, the preacher. You don't need it. Now, that's there, and that it's yours. And the way you connect and communicate with that is through, your inner senses. And so humanity's been saying, let's have it. We're tired of, it's always been there, but you had to really, really work to get it. And you had to be really dedicated. And probably you went through several lifetimes of living in that so that you remembered it more easily than others. And that's why you're kind of in the beginning. Because some of us have been doing it, for a few decades before now to try to prepare or get people ready and support it. But now's the time. So, and it's really being offered to everyone to either go with that flow or not. It's always your choice. But so here, look at these cards. Things are happening to me. That's because look at all this magical energy coming flying in. All these wands, all wands, spirit body, spirit body, spirit body. That's the Suda spirit come flying in. And look, it's witches flying in. These are like good witches. They use spirit for good. And it's coming, it's kind of inundating us. And so a lot of people are all of a sudden going, wow, why's my intuition seem so strong? Or I just thought about that. And then that person called me right after I thought, or it's like things are happening more and more. What's that out of the corner of my eye? So here it all comes. They're throwing everything out at you, and they want you to pick it up and start out as a new magician. Like you take spirit in your hand, that's your partner. There's that page of wands. So you're young at it, you're new at it. Everybody is on one level, but it's that time. It's a new thing. We want to all be new, young, strong. We'll call them magicians because you're working with the magic of the universe. And so they're throwing all these, hoping you're going to pick one up and move forward in it. It's on the move too. Now's the time to ride the wave. It's here now for you. It's the time to do it. I've said that so many times on my channel. Poop or get off the pot. It's really time to choose a partnership with spirit or not, and so we end this with the Fool. So what's going on? That's what's going on. And you're about to pick up your wand. Now you turned it into this stick to carry your stuff with you and start out on this new journey where spirit is right there. It's practical. It's in your hand. You can use it on the daily to move forward. So that's what's happening. And I encourage you guys, when you're starting to see this, like embrace it in the way of, hey, universe, whatever you like to call that. I don't care about the name. If that's true, what Crazy Mark and Gene are telling me, then I'd like for you to show it to me personally. Can you do that? I'm leaving it up to you. I don't know. Maybe it's not possible. Maybe it's all bunk. But if it is true, please show it to me now. I'm asking for this experience and see what happens. It'll be fun. Approach it with sort of a joyful outlook because it's really the key of everything, in my opinion. And it's joyful, guys, because once you get into the flow of it, it's just, you can't go back because that isn't satisfying anymore, so that's the good news. And Karen go, yay, hey, I'm catching it. I'm open enough that I'm seeing it, yay. That's the good news.
Right. Yeah, Karen, let us know. Let us know how that feels. I did see you, but I don't see anything from you so far. And I wanted to, it left me. You being a clairvoyant, what we're doing is this is all going to come online for us. It's to assist us. All of these abilities are going to open up and we're going to be able to access them so that we can live life with not only our ego and intelligence and judgment, but our spiritual awareness as well. And I hope and pray, and I've been told, but Mark, you may feel differently, that telepathy is coming online. But in order for us to have telepathy, we must have integrity and truth, because you can't have a thought go from one person to the other person and have it be a lie. It has to all be true. And we're going to be communicating in a telepathic manner and as a talking, but it's more of, and this is the way that the spirit communicates, through telepathy. You ever hear of somebody having a dream of their loved one and they come through and they're just smiling like this and they're not saying anything, but telepathically they're letting you know that they're okay. And this is all good. Aw. She said, I'm so excited. Thanks for this. Aw. Good for you, Karen.
Communication with animals is telepathy. It's that same thing. First, I learned to talk to spirit. Then I went, hey, I just have to slightly change the channel and I can commune with animals. And all of that comes from this desire for spirit to show you the truth of your being. You really want to know, who am I? What is the truth of who I am? And I want to seek that. And the more you seek that out and the more you realize it, because that's what spirit tells you first. It wants you to realize who you really are, what this is all about. And the more you discover that within yourself, those other things open up even more and more. You become more clairvoyant, more because in understanding the truth of your being, you change your belief system and your thought process. Like Jean was saying, we're brought up believing one thing that was kind of a big old, falsehood. And so we have to kind of change our minds about it in some ways.
Yeah, absolutely. Really, really good questions here today, everybody. And I just want to thank you all for being here, for watching, for holding the space, for asking the difficult questions, because I think a lot of people really needed to hear a lot of those questions. I like to mix it up and have some pets, some moving, some clairvoyance, whatever it is. But I really love helping with that spiritual journey, and reach out for help. And if you don't know what kind of class to take, just take a class. It will help to lead you in the direction. Even if it's if you do Reiki, if you take a Reiki class, that will help to connect you to other modalities or other classes or other people that know different things, or suggest a book for you. And you just never know. So try something, learn something, get a book somewhere, and reach out. It's a process. But you guys who are coming online now, like, at this point in time in your life, it's faster moving. For me, it took me about 30 years to get here. You guys, it'll take you about 3 years. It'll take you half or less than half.
Yeah,
Yes,
I'm
no
jealous
fear.
because we had we had to cut a bunch of weeds down. But I think, yay, I'm happy because I know that my 22 life path means I have to build foundations and start energy and cut down weeds. But one part of me is a little jealous that you guys get to do it so much quicker. At the same time, I'm very grateful for it. I'm just so happy that this is happening.
Mm-hmm.
And then maybe we can help somehow. Yeah.
Jackie says, very interesting. Red Dragon, thank you so much. I've been seeing your assist throughout the whole chat. Thank you very much. They say, I started seeing elementals this year, hoping to see another soon.
Yep.
And that's wonderful. Absolutely. And Simply Positive says, can humans reincarnate into animals? What do you say there, Mark?
Go ahead. Do you have something you want to say?
I'll say mine, but it doesn't have to be the same.
Yeah.
I've seen it happen, but it's not typical.
Yep.
If that makes any sense.
That's right.
I have a firsthand account, but it's not typical. It's not something that usually happens. It's usually no. That's what I have. How about you, Mark?
Yep, it can happen. Animals can incarnate into people, and people can incarnate into animals, but it's sort of a special circumstance. It's not the normal thing. but it's possible, I think, and it does happen. But I think it depends on a certain soul and a certain thing. It's just not the normal choice, but it can happen, I think. Yeah.
And Karen said, you pave the way for the collective.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I love that you're using that language. Yeah, and I wanted to answer that Simply Positive Me. That was a really good question. I know it's a quick one off, and I saw it way up, and I'm glad that you've put it back in there. Yeah, but thank you guys so very much. We're going to go now. I'm going to be on again later this afternoon at 2:30. I have Daphne coming on. We're going to be doing mediumship only, or mostly mediumship. And if you're interested, come on over to Sun Psychic Jean. And anybody who's watching on my channel, please go over to Mark's channel. And his channel is called Spirit Whisperer.
Yep.
It's not, he just Spirit Whisperer. Go on over there and hit subscribe. Everybody go over and subscribe. Let's get him to 16,000. He's so close. He's so close. We need to get him over the hump. Tell all your
about 5
pardon.
Yep, that'd be great. And I'm doing a show today at 4:00, Ask Anything Day. So if you didn't get your question here, you can come over there. It's 4:00 Eastern on my channel, and you can bring whatever question you want, like every Saturday. Yep. And thank you, Jean, for having me today.
It was an amazing show. Thank you all. Take care. Bye-bye now.
Love you guys.
Thank you, everybody, for watching. Your support is greatly appreciated. If you enjoy this content, hit like, share, and subscribe. Remember to click the bell to be notified of future videos. Thanks again. Bye.